Welcome to MsMojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the best times Saturday Night Live hit all the right notes, whether through a digital short/viral music video or an unforgettable musical sketch.
Hot damn, gonna get you hot damn, I'm gonna make it wet.
Number 50, New York 50th musical. Since a certain Lobster-themed sketch, John Mulaney's musicals are highly anticipated. So of course he had to go bigger than ever for the 50th anniversary episode.
You will never change, but we blow away the scum like you. No, your soul is dead. My duty is to parade.
And it seems absolutely everyone wanted to be part of the mayhem. No, seriously, is anyone not in it? Mulaney, Pete Davidson, and for a while David Spade go on a time-traveling journey through New York from the 1970s when SNL debuted right up to today. Boy, it's been quite the transformation.
Rise up, election conspiracy's gonna rise up.
I'll plant the seeds in there.
Rise up, he's getting crazy by degrees, gonna rise up.
Till I get this far.
You'll never wise up.
I am throwing away my
Reputation gonna burn up.
They take the bright lights of Broadway and mix it with the gritty realness of New York City. And in its own dark and cynical way, it is the perfect love letter to the city.
One more dawn, one more day, one day more.
Number 49, My Girl. In this parody of the viral Elvis tune, Jay Pharoah's girlfriend spots him receiving a text from another woman.
Dad says, sis says, hey, mom says, moi, and brother says, wow.
He explains what all of his other family members say before setting up his partner's funny response. This sketch includes the talents of Kerry Washington, delivering a memorable performance for the chorus.
What does my girl say?
Fans of the original can appreciate the production values and the randomness of this song. Once the tables are turned, there are also some funny revelations about Pharaoh's character and his iCloud account. It all comes together as a catchy, entertaining, and surprising take on the viral sensation. Number 48, Slow. This song pays tribute to the men who take it slow with their partners. On this laid-back R&B track, the three singers get literal about their inability to go fast.
I'ma lay it down right, babe. Make my way from your head to your toe.
It's a hilarious riff on self-serious lyrics with a few surprises along the way. Adam Driver's deep voice makes it sound that much better, providing many of the video's best elements. There are also several enjoyable moments where the gentlemen do everything at a reduced pace. After driving under the speed limit, they finally meet up with their girlfriends. The funny anti-climax puts one more stamp on an ingenious sketch.
Baby, we take it slow.
Number 47, How a Bill Does Not Become a Law. Ever wondered how a bill becomes a law? Yeah, you've come to the wrong place.
Well, first I go to the House and they vote on me, but then I need from the Senate a majority. And if I pass the legislative test, then I wind up on the president's desk.
In a parody of Schoolhouse Rock's I'm Just a Bill, Kenan Thompson plays an immigration bill trying to teach a kid about how government works. Well, theoretically. Enter then-President Barack Obama, who pushes the bill out of the way repeatedly to explain why go through all that process when you can essentially just snap your fingers and hey, presto, you've got an executive order.
I'm an executive order, and I pretty much just happened. And that's it.
Obama had garnered quite the reputation for defaulting to cutting through the red tape. It's almost as if SNL predicted that one day that might come back to bite him.
This isn't over. We're gonna take you to court. We're gonna shut down all the cops. Oh, damn it. Oh, so many steps.
Number 46, Stuck in the House. During the first major outbreaks of COVID-19, we all needed a reason to smile. Pete Davidson takes that relatable feeling and puts it to music.
I miss my friends, they miss me too. Sick of watching shows and talking on Zoom.
He sings about being stuck in the house, prompting some funny observations about living with family. Davidson's grounded personality delivers laughs and poignant observations all in one track. Adam Sandler also makes a welcome appearance. giving hilarious updates about his life during the 2020 pandemic.
I'm done with selfies, so don't even ask. Staying in the house in an underwear mask.
Cameos from other people like Rob Schneider will make SNL fans even happier.
You can do it! No! Sandman, come on!
Ultimately, this catchy song nails the boredom, humor, and isolation of being quarantined.
Going crazy and crazy and crazy.
Number 45, Civil War Soldiers. What's the best way to raise morale among the troops? Maybe a bit of a sing-along.
Well, I'm from New York, I am, from up north in Yankee land. Then one day the Union Army came a-calling. They said, son, grab up your gun. There is glory to be won.
These Civil War soldiers decide to sing Old New York, a jaunty tune guaranteed to put a spring in anyone's step, especially thanks to this remix courtesy of one soldier played by Jimmy Fallon.
All our friends are making out. I don't know what to...
It's a party at my parents' house.
Look, we get it. Old New York is quite the toe tapper, but Party at My Parents' House just has the raise the roof kind of energy. Harry Styles even chimes in with a bridge that's just what the song's missing.
Suddenly, it's so clear. This is the best night of my life. Everybody sing it live.
We have to agree, that hook is fire and totally lit. And that, kids, is how America's first big fat hook was born.
Everybody is invited. It's a party at my parents' house.
Number 44, Big Boys. This sketch is a hilarious ode to larger-bodied men, celebrating their warmth, softness, and cuddle potential. Perfect for winter snuggles.
It's cuffing season, now we got a reason to get a big boy. I need a big boy, give me a big boy.
Why deal with high energy bills when you can warm up with a big cozy guy instead? Fans went wild for it, and it didn't take long for the song to go viral, with TikTok users embracing it as the soundtrack to their videos.
Anything I need, my big boy got it. If I need a snack, he got Snickers in his pocket. Big warm hoodie, yeah, you know I'm gonna rock it. And if we gonna travel, you know we gonna put me in first class.
There was even a push to release it as a full-length studio track. It's a celebration of body types often overlooked in pop culture. And with SZA's powerhouse vocals, it's no surprise this track became an unforgettable jam.
It's coffee season, and now we got a reason to get a big boy. I want a big boy, give me a big boy.
Number 43, Squid Game. If you love country music and Squid Game, we've got a music video for you.
Yes, I'm broken, it's a damn shame. Guess I gotta play the Squid Game.
Pete Davidson collaborates with Rami Malek as two desperate cowboys who need money. The best part of this sketch comes when they both join the competition, making for an awesome surprise. There's also an attention to detail that honors the Netflix show's general aesthetic.
Bunk beds, new friends, piggyback up in the sky.
Parodying the red light, green light game, this video includes hilarious references for die-hard fans. It's also fun to see both Davidson and Malek as country stars willing to risk it all. With some funny lyrics and references, this duo gives this production memorable performances.
That's what happens in the Squid Game.
Number 42, I'm Just Pete. Hot on the heels of Barbie Summer, Pete Davidson, now returning as host, gave his own self-deprecating take on I'm Just Ken.
'Cause I'm just Pete. Anyone else I'd be a 3. But I guess I'm hot for dudes in comedy.
No one could have roasted Pete harder than he roasts himself in this music video, and it's absolutely hysterical.
No one cares about the work I do. I made a show with Joe Pesci too. And no one streamed it but my mom.
He's also joined by some of the cast as other versions of himself. Davidson confessed that despite not being particularly keen on bringing his musical skills to the screen, he was very excited about creating this parody. What's even more incredible is that they managed to pull it all together and pull it off in about 12 hours. To practically no one's surprise, it went viral.
My dating life is not discreet. I generate tons of publicity for everything except my comedy.
Number 41, Stu. For this parody of Eminem's Stan, Pete Davidson spins the song into a Christmas anthem.
You're Santa. I can't believe the year is almost over. It's getting colder, I'm a year older, but I'm still your soldier.
This time around, the obsessive fan sends angry letters to Santa. The fun twist on the hip-hop classic has hilarious lyrics, diving into the holiday theme with reckless abandon.
I know you probably hear this every day, but you got a cool hat. I love that movie you did with Will Ferrell, man. Elf was fat.
Kate McKinnon and Bowen Yang also give some amazing accompaniment.
This year Christmas will be mad. Santa sucks extra ASAP.
Davidson feels like he's been preparing his whole life to spoof the rapper, matching the look and flow of the icon. Seeing the dark story up against the cheery sights of the North Pole also makes for a funny mix. The real Slim Shady even shows up for a cool cameo.
PS5? I didn't even ask for this. I guess Shady must have been a good boy this year. Sorry, Stu. You up.
Number 40, Threw It on the Ground. For this digital short, Andy Samberg's character has a lot of attitude. He lets out this aggression by throwing things on the ground.
You must think I'm a joke. I ain't gonna be part of this system.
It's an absurd concept, featuring a person that's over the top in the best possible way. Samberg plays into the role's anger by tossing phones and even kids' birthday cakes.
What you want me to do with this? Eat it? Happy birthday to the ground!
Each scene gives viewers a new reason to laugh, letting the performer cause destruction in hilarious reveals. Ryan Reynolds and Elijah Wood also show up for a cameo that defies description. When the two actors seek revenge, they provide an unforgettable climax to this comedic gem.
The moral of this story is you can't trust the system.
Number 39, Crucible cast party featuring Lin-Manuel Miranda. After taking their bows on the final night of the school play, the cast prepares to...
And we're gonna rip it up all night until 11:45.
There are a lot of hormones spilling everywhere, but no one really knows how to act upon their urges. Instead, what we get is a delightful list of stereotypes that will make any theater kid watching feel extremely seen.
Then I call my mom and dad, I tell them everything. 'Cause if we don't have our parents' trust, we don't have anything.
Everyone gets a chance to shine in this highly entertaining skit. But Lin-Manuel Miranda rapping as experienced senior Cody Shuck is a particular highlight.
Now I'm here to get freaky, so ladies take off your tops and come over and get a show shirt out of this box.
However, it is the spot-on references that speak to any theater kid's soul that make this sketch so memorable.
At the Crucible cast party.
Number 38, On the Couch.
She said I'm out too late. She pushed me away. There ain't nothing in the world that I can say. So I'm sleeping on the couch tonight.
In this smooth R&B jam, three guys played by Kenan Thompson, Chris Redd, and musical guest The Weeknd lament over the minor indiscretions that landed them in hot water with their partners. They really do an excellent job of painting themselves as the victims, which is why these subsequent revelations are so hilarious.
Make dinner like lovers do. I pour her wine and I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. She got me on the couch tonight.
Turns out that their misdemeanors are much bigger than they initially let on.
Cheated on me almost every day.
True.
I caught you cheating on me yesterday.
You did.
You even cheated on me on my couch.
Yes.
And that's why your ass is in the doghouse.
Kenan is a serial cheater, Chris committed financial fraud, and The Weeknd? Well, we'll let his ex and her new husband, played by Daniel Craig, explain that one.
You really gotta stop coming over here.
What? You really can't keep coming here, bud. I know you don't really have a place to stay, but we got kids.
It's the unexpected twists that make this song so unforgettable. Number 37, Tiny Horse. Who knew that Timothée Chalamet would bring us the musical saga we never even knew we wanted?
There he is, my tiny horse, and he's going away. Yeah, they're taking him away from me. Yeah.
This song chronicles a guy who's gutted when his family is forced to sell their farm and he has to part ways with his animal bestie. At first, Tiny Horse doesn't want to leave, but Chalamet has us in stitches as he yells for him to get.
I said get! Run if you know it's good for you! Get!
This is only paralleled by his epiphany that he's been holding Tiny Horse back. Chalamet's dedication to this sketch is Oscar-worthy.
No, Pa. I can't. That tiny horse weren't ever mine to begin with. That tiny horse belongs to the world.
It's a happy ending, though, as we watch Tiny Horse gallop away on a regular-sized horse. Number 36. Airport Sushi. As we've already seen, John Mulaney's musical sketches are always major crowd pleasers.
In dreams it's haunting you, that fish you ate. The expiration date ends in 1/8.
This one, taking place at LaGuardia Airport, became the third installment of the series, and highlighted the more dodgy elements of air travel.
Why don't you tell this fine young man how he'll feel after he eats our sushi?
As Pete Davidson tries to buy Airport Sushi, John Mulaney summons the Phantom of LaGuardia to warn him of the consequences. This ignites a hilarious Broadway spoof medley with references to West Side Story, Annie, Wicked, and Little Shop of Horrors.
You'd honestly be so much better off eating a Wuhan snake.
We even get cameos from Jake Gyllenhaal and Talking Heads' David Byrne, who parodies his own song Road to Nowhere. Sketches like this make fans nostalgic for Mulaney's time as a writer on the show.
We're on a plane to nowhere. Come on inside. They say it's about to take off. That is a lie.
Number 35. Welcome to Hell. Teaming up with host Saoirse Ronan, the women of SNL have a special message for men. They provide an inviting and satirical look at current events.
Cat's out of the bag. Women get harassed all the time.
And it's like, dang, is this the world now?
Referencing the Me Too movement, the singers bring guys up to speed about sexual harassment.
Welcome to hell. Now we're all in here.
The serious topic ends up providing ample opportunity for both laughs and reflection. There's also the colorful design and costumes to fill out the inventive video.
Why didn't you say something, baby girl?
Well, dang, Double Daddy. We definitely did.
With the great visuals, the entertaining concept gives the performers a chance to speak the truth. The final list underscores the clever writing and subversive nature of this song.
Yeah, it ain't fair, but pull up a chair. Welcome to hell.
Number 34. Shy Ronnie. There are few people who can be effortlessly cool and hilarious like Rihanna. Ronnie, however, seems pretty intimidated by her, barely managing to get a word out when she's around.
Shy Ronnie, speak up. Okay, I'll take it from here.
We know Riri's a total powerhouse, but who knew she had the comedy chops to back it up? She's a natural, especially when bouncing off Andy Samberg's Ronnie, making the sketch totally unforgettable.
You know I stay steady strapped because life is
I forgot my purse.
Their first collaboration was brilliant, so naturally they teamed up again, but this time for a bank robbery. It's everything we loved the first time around, but with higher stakes. Sure, they may not be the next Bonnie and Clyde, but they definitely robbed our hearts.
Shy Ronnie, use your outside voice. We don't have time for this.
Number 33. Boombox. Together with the Strokes' Julian Casablancas, The Lonely Island offers a cautionary tale about the power of the boombox.
everything got out of control. The music was so interesting. Everyone got out on the floor. It was a bunch of old white people dancing.
They take us to 3 relatively mundane settings, where Andy Samberg unleashes utter chaos as he raises the boombox above his head.
So many types of people, they'll never get along till I bust out my boombox and play this song.
This includes a totally random running gag about a boiled goose, everyone wearing fingerless gloves, and
I saw a Spanish guy doing the bartender.
as with many Lonely Island songs, you'll find yourself wondering what on earth you just watched, while still enjoying every moment and laughing out loud. Well, I guess that's the power of the boombox. Just don't forget that a boombox is not a toy.
Boombox can change the world. You gotta know your limits with a boombox. But this was a cautionary tale. A boombox is not a toy.
Number 32. Jack Sparrow. The Lonely Island gets the chance to sing with Michael Bolton, but they are not prepared for the latter's ideas.
Boys, let's get to it.
The music video starts at a club and quickly turns into a fantasy about Jack Sparrow.
This is the tale of
Hamilton's lively performance gives this track prestige, while never sacrificing the goofy nature of it all. The production goes so off the rails that the singer keeps interrupting the trio's more traditional concept. It's all for the best, turning the guest performer into a comic hero in the process. He also jumps in for some other movie parodies that generate even more laughs.
Okay, turns out Michael Bolton is a major cinephile. You complete me!
Number 31, Pandora. Before Ariana Grande's title sketch, Bruno Mars was over at Pandora HQ showing off his impressive impressions. You might have forgotten about this one since it's hard to find online, but trust us, you need to see Mars impersonating Green Day.
Do you have the time?
Plus, he does a surprisingly spot-on Steven Tyler and an even better Katy Perry. His Justin Bieber impression is decent, but when he's asked to take on Louis Armstrong, even Devin the intern knows he's in way over his head.
We are about to lose Louis Armstrong.
Devin!
That's green. Red roses too.
No worries though, because with the power of the glove, he nails Michael Jackson. We don't get why people would skip MJ songs, but hey, at least we got this medley. Number 30, NFTs. Ever spent hours scrolling online in an attempt to understand NFTs?
Now what the hell's an NFT? Apparently cryptocurrency. Everyone's making so much money. Can you please explain what's an NFT?
Well, look no further, because SNL has your back. This parody of Eminem's Without Me sees Pete Davidson excellently parodying the real Slim Shady to ask the question on everyone's mind. Chris Redd responds with an admittedly entertaining verse explaining cryptocurrency.
The thing about NFTs is
Non-fungible. Here's a rhyme for eating Lunchables. A picture Colin Joseph's face. Very punchable. Digital images, Digimon doing scrimmages. Or a pick of a note with the Nintendo Switch.
However, if you're anything like us, you're probably left just as confused as before. Don't worry though, because the janitor, played by Jack Harlow, saves the day with his verse, which is both rather catchy and genuinely informative.
Hey, here's the thing about NFTs. It's a non-fungible token, you see. Non-fungible means that it's unique. There can only be one like you and me.
Turns out this sketch isn't just funny, but it's educational too. Number 29, Back Home Ballers.
This may be their house, but for the next 4 days, we about to run this bitch.
Almost a year after their first Home for the Holidays music video, the ladies of SNL were back. This time joined by host Cameron Diaz, they rap about being treated like royalty when they go home for the holidays.
'Cause I'm a back home baller. If I want something, I just holler. I do what I want and I get what I want, 'cause my parents miss their daughter.
They enjoy perks such as a fully stocked fridge, vegging out while watching TV, and not lifting a finger. And who can't relate to a 30-character-long Wi-Fi password?
Free Wi-Fi like a dope-ass hoe. The password starts with 17 O's, then B45LTNG, then capital X, then 333.
However, nothing makes us laugh harder than Leslie Jones rapping about infinite amounts of bowls.
I'm up to my ass in bowls, all type of bowls, chips and mix and seashell bowls. My mom's got bowls for everything, potpourri and nuts and everything.
This sketch only reminds us just how talented these women are. These kinds of sketches should become an SNL holiday tradition.
See you in a month for Christmas. We doing this all again.
Number 28, The Christmas Candle. Popular culture has introduced multiple Christmas saviors over the years.
She doesn't know what Jen likes, and she doesn't super care. So she goes inside a closet just to see what crap's in there.
But now, Emma Stone, Kate McKinnon, and Aidy Bryant have one more to add. They sing this ode to a more powerful Christmas savior in a vaguely 90s-esque power ballad.
She takes the candle, dusts off the candle, then wraps it up for Jen and just says, here.
Their commitment to the sketch is what makes it so memorable, and their sincerity only makes it funnier, especially when Aidy delivers her warning.
But here's a warning, when you give the candle, that is all that you need. Don't pair it with the lotion or some lame little cream.
Ultimately, there's nothing more amusing than the chorus of women uniting to give thanks to the ultimate present, the gift of having a gift to give away.
We're joined by the candle. It's the gift of having a gift to give away.
After this, you will never see the Christmas candle in the same way again. Number 27, Broadway All-Star Super Bowl Halftime Spectacular. When Bruno Mars and the Red Hot Chili Peppers are forced to cancel their Super Bowl halftime performance, a group of Broadway actors step in at the last minute.
Holy cannoli! Growing up in New Jersey, I never thought I'd ever see a Super Bowl played in my own backyard. Hey, ain't you Peyton Manning?
Is it that obvious?
Karen Killam gives a brilliant performance as Peyton Manning, joined by Melissa McCarthy as the womp-womping Mama Pass.
Throw it where they're going and make sure that they're wearing whomp whomp.
They're soon joined by the tap-dancing antagonist Richard Sherman, played by Kenan Thompson.
A tap like this. Or like this tap here.
Together, this strong and hilarious ensemble joyfully hits one musical theater cliche after another. They even throw in a Cats reference in their finale because, well, why wouldn't you? By the end, we're like Bruno Mars Who. This sketch is an underrated musical masterpiece.
Let's just love.
Number 26, Loco featuring Bad Bunny. Quarantine fatigue hit us all, but if you're single and living alone, it hit particularly hard. Ego Nwodum arrives at the club looking hot and starts chatting up a guy, played by host Reggae Jean Page.
Step to him like, yo, what's your name? He said,
I'm not real, I just live in your brain.
Wait, what? No, you're real, and I'm a bad bitch.
No, you're alone and you're stoned watching Hitch. It's been a whole year since a dude touched your butt.
That's where things take a sharp turn as we discover the havoc that a year in quarantine can play on the brain.
And I'm loco, as in my brain done broco. But hey, you either laugh or you cry like Coco. It started Poco, bacon bread, Tiger King. But a whole year on Zoom, I'm like girl from the ring.
We're then introduced to her best friend Reggie, a tenacious snake plant that urges her to keep going. According to costume designer Jill Bream, snake plants share humans' determination to survive under pressure. At least this song was so catchy it kept us company through our quarantine fatigue. Number 25, The Creep. With a little help from director John Waters, this music video kicks off in style.
Your feet is real easy to do, and it's called The Creep. Let your hands flop around like a marionette.
It then becomes an odd and hilarious salute to creeps. The Lonely Island gathers together with some wild dance moves, scaring all kinds of people with their behavior.
'Cause I came out clean, and I came out creeping.
Their wardrobe, mustaches, and glasses only make it funnier. Nicki Minaj also joins in with an engaging verse, bringing her own perspective to the twisted tune.
They disrobed, I was oogling and ogling. Little did they know that for me they were modeling, and I would laugh.
The song itself is catchy, and it's even better with chaotic sequences showing the trio in full creep mode. In an underrated sketch, the SNL digital short team outdoes themselves with this beautifully strange work.
And don't forget to smile.
Number 24, Please Don't Destroy, 3 Sad Virgins featuring Taylor Swift. As we'll see later on, SNL redefined the digital short in the 2000s, and the format has only evolved since then.
All my friends are cool and famous, except these 3 sad virgins.
3 sad virgins, what? 3 sad virgins, whoa. 3 sad virgins, what? 3 sad virgins, whoa.
One of our recent faves is 3 Sad Virgins, where Pete pitches an idea to the Please Don't Destroy trio, leading to a hilariously savage roast of the writers. It's definitely not the heartwarming tribute he suggested, and he's not exactly listening to their feedback either.
The planet Dune is very nice. It's a world that's made of spice. It's sandy like a playa with Zendaya. I'm gonna ride a worm and these guys suck.
Even Taylor Swift gets in on the action. According to the trio, they pitched the idea to Swift, who instantly got on board and offered up some jokes of her own.
And Martin has the charm and the sex appeal of a scarecrow.
That's not true.
John has a big ass bowling ball head. How does he stay upright with that big fat melon? And none of them have the guts to take their shirts off in front of a girl.
Apparently, it's continued to haunt them outside of Studio 8H2.
Slow down. But now every time we're on the street, it's like, hey, sad virgin!
Yeah.
Which is like...
And you wave back.
It's not even true.
Number 23, King Tut. The Treasures of Tutankhamun exhibition was a cultural phenomenon in the 70s. If going viral had been a thing back then, this would have been Exhibit A.
Now when he was a young man, he never thought he'd see people stand in line to see the boy king.
It's often credited with kicking off the age of must-see museum exhibitions, but one person who wasn't entirely on board was Steve Martin. With the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, aka Toot Uncommons, he hilariously skewered the commercialization of ancient history.
Rockin' Tut, Tut, he ate a crocodile. He gave his life for tourism.
This was one of SNL's priciest sketches at the time, thanks to Lorne Michaels' commitment to top-tier production. Martin even released King Tut on his album A Wild and Crazy Guy. And decades later, it still pops up on Sirius XM's 70s on 7.
Buried in his jammies. Born in Arizona. Got a condo made of stoner.
Number 22, YOLO. Back in the early 2010s, Drake released The Motto, and suddenly everyone was saying YOLO. But it seems like The Lonely Island, joined by Adam Levine and Kendrick Lamar, interpreted the acronym a little differently than the rest of us. This rap is a caution about living life carefully and being hyper-aware of any potential hazards. They even reference some real examples of newsworthy recklessness.
Take no chances. Stop freelancing. Invest in your future. Don't dilute your finances. 401k. Make sure it's low risk. Then get some real estate. How much? 4.2%.
What's hard to believe about this 2013 song is how some of its lyrics about isolation, quarantining, and never having too much Purell rang especially true in 2020.
And here's another piece of advice. Stay away from kids cause their hair is filled with mad lice. There's no such thing as too much Purell. This is a cautionary tale. Word to George Orwell.
Ultimately, the moral of this rap is you ought to look out, or YOLO for short. Number 21, Murder Show. If self-care to you means unwinding in front of the television and watching a true crime series, this is the sketch for you.
Murder show, every type of murder show. Late night true crime, this is my relaxing time.
After all, there's nothing quite like descending down the rabbit hole of shows about murder, right? And don't forget those podcasts either.
As soon as I'm done, I listen to a podcast about the same guy as the show I just watched, cause now I'm fully down the rabbit hole.
It's all sung to a peppy tune that is guaranteed to get stuck in your head. Perhaps you agree with Nick Jonas, though, and think that it doesn't get much better than cult shows.
Have you heard about cult shows, different kinds of cult shows, where we're sex and ugly dudes and a bit of volleyball.
Or maybe you identify more with Melissa Villaseñor and baking shows are your jam.
Murder shows and cult shows, and don't forget baking shows. What? I like baking shows.
Is it possible to be a fan of all three? Number 20, Tidal.
Is that true, Chloe? Can you sing like Britney Spears?
Kind of. You may remember Ariana Grande debuting her talent for musical impressions on The Tonight Show. However, for many, this sketch was the moment we first learned just how far her range can go. A power cut threatens an incident-free day at Tidal. Fortunately, Chloe, the shy intern, single-handedly saves the day with her impressive arsenal of impressions. She expertly covers Britney Spears and Shakira, although her Rihanna is a tad wobbly. And don't ask her to do Ariana Grande.
Sorry, not a big fan.
She then brings it home with 90s icons Celine Dion and Whitney Houston. It might not be the funniest SNL sketch, but it is certainly one of the most memorable. Number 19, Bottom of Your Face featuring Megan Thee Stallion.
You got your mask on, trying to be sad. I can get lost in your eyes all day, FaceTime all night. Till we go to sleep, just talking about everything.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, no part of the anatomy was more mysterious than the part hidden behind the mask. In this hip-hop parody, featuring musical guest Megan Thee Stallion, 3 guys rap about their desire to see the bottom half of their date's face.
What's up with the bottom of your face? What it look like? Bottom of your face. What's up with the bottom of your face? Let me see it, baby.
However, the women clap back with why going maskless is a stupid idea. They even managed to throw in a WAP reference for good measure.
Boy, stop. Y'all want a hot girl or not? They tryna catch corona for the WAP. They got the right ones. We not no sick thoughts. We can tease them all day, but let's give them what they want.
Chris Rock then enters the scene with his own hilarious take on the subject as well. It's incredibly catchy and kind of relatable for anyone trying to navigate the dating world during the pandemic.
Life's a roller coaster. Before you go back to that place, you gotta see bottom of your face.
Number 18, The Lawrence Welk Show. This sketch spoofs a variety show of the same name, which ran on ABC in the mid-20th century, and later on PBS. Fred Armisen plays the big band leader with an impossible-to-place accent.
Is it just me, or does that girl look like a melted Barbara doll?
He introduces the attractive and flirtatious Maharel sisters, who've come all the way from the Finger Lakes.
I like waterfalls. I like butterflies. I like rainbows. I like chasing cars.
3 of the sisters were inspired by Betty and Judy from White Christmas. And then there's Dunice, played by Kristen Wiig.
I'm Clara.
It was the popularity of Wiig's quirky character that turned this into a recurring sketch. Since then, the likes of Anne Hathaway, Betty White, Elton John, and perhaps most amusingly, Melissa McCarthy have featured in the sketch.
And ended up in the middle of town, and our panties were gone.
Number 17. This is not a feminist song.
But this is pretty nuanced stuff, and putting it all in one song was tough.
Ariana Grande and the insanely talented ladies of SNL tried to address the complexity of intersectional feminism with this incredibly catchy song. However, when that proved to be too challenging and time-consuming, they bailed.
We don't women need an anthem, a song to call their own. But we didn't write that anthem, we went home.
So instead, they show footage of them frolicking on the beach, basking in lens flares, and a montage of other feminist icons.
So instead of writing lyrics, here's us running in the sand. And here's a bunch of lens flares and an old woman's hands.
However, contrary to the song's title, they soon realized that maybe it is a feminist song after all.
And that's why this is not a feminist song. We're just women singing a song. But doesn't that make it a feminist song? I guess this was feminist all along.
And like all good social movements, it even comes with its own hashtag. It's witty, utterly charming, and the feminist anthem we never even knew we needed. Number 16, Bridesmaid Speech. We've all sat through those speeches where someone tries way too hard to be quirky. But have you ever witnessed one that spills this much tea? Or should we say espresso martini?
The bridesmaids wanted a celebration.
So we took a trip, bachelorette vacation.
In this case, the bridesmaids perform a hilarious off-key tribute to their wild bachelorette party. And it's a mess in all the best ways. Probably not how the groom pictured his wedding day.
We won't cross the line.
Think of your fiance. She says good reminder.
Hands me her ring. Then we can't find her.
Naturally, it went viral. Even Sabrina Carpenter loved it and invited Domingo to her concert.
Sabrina, I'm here.
The sketch was such a hit it inspired spin-offs, including a baby shower and vow renewal. But nothing tops the original, which turned something so simple and painfully relatable into pure comedy gold.
Hey Matt, came all this way, had to explain, direct from Domingo. Kelsey's a friend, she's like my sis, but we did hook up though.
Number 15, Bodega Bathroom.
Would you like the key to the bathroom?
A predecessor to the madcap airport Sushi, this time Mulaney chose a subject that he called a taboo New York rite of passage in an interview with Vulture. When a customer asks to use the bodega's bathroom, he finds himself in a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory-like situation.
Come with me and you'll be
be in a world of zero sanitation. Close your eyes and avoid inhalation.
The Bodega Man is joined by an array of colorful characters in a parody of Broadway hits. We hear warnings from the Bodega Cat, cockroaches, a Grisabella-inspired Virgin Mary candle, and even the toilet itself. Oh, and of course, ancient Sour Patch Kids.
Oompa loompa doompa dee dee. We got an F from the CDC.
By the time everyone comes together for the final tune, we are ready for an encore. Number 14, Driver's License. After Olivia Rodrigo's song Driver's License first hit the airwaves, it received a lot of attention, even inspiring an entire SNL sketch.
Hey, easy boys, I'll take all your money by the end of the night. Just let me play my song first.
A group of guys, including guest host Reggae Jean Page, takes a brief interlude from their game of pool to listen to this song on the jukebox. At first, they pretend not to be particularly familiar with it, but it soon becomes clear that they are a lot more invested than they initially let on.
So what's this song even about
Yes, it's about a girl getting her driver's license, but it's bittersweet because it's something she and her ex always talked about. That's what I guess, based on hearing it for the first time right now.
The best part is when they come together for an emotional and impassioned sing-along.
Red lights, stop signs, I still see your face in the white cars.
It also just so happened to air on Rodrigo's 18th birthday, prompting the singer to call it the best birthday present ever. Number 13, Natalie Raps. Without any notable scandals in her career, Natalie Portman seems to be a well-adjusted person. This sketch takes that idea and jokingly throws it out the window.
Don't sleep, mother off that yak and that Durban.
The actress enters into a hardcore rap about how she's actually crazy, showcasing some erratic behavior. This is all played for laughs as Portman yells, swears, and attacks people.
Sing it through and pump nudges down the hall. Watch you laugh and cry while I laugh you die.
Her transformative performance is wonderful and ridiculous at the same time. Breaking a chair over her interviewer's back, the performer shows that she's an underrated comedic talent. The popular sketch even received a sequel that expanded on the glory of the original.
How's that for impact?
Well, actually, oh no.
Number 12, Comeback Barack. Channeling a 90s R&B boy band, Devontre sing this tribute to former President Barack Obama.
Every night, I turn the TV on and cry. I cry. I say why, I feel like we're all gonna die.
Although when it first aired, it was only called Come Back, and they surprised us with this hilarious reveal.
So come back, Barack, even though it's not allowed.
The trio fondly reminisces about the good old days and throws out some suggestions for more suitable successors. Heck, they'll even vote for Joe Biden in 2020.
I vote for Joe Biden.
This wasn't the first time Chance the Rapper and Kenan Thompson collaborated on an Obama-themed musical sketch either. Jingle Barack was even nominated for an Emmy.
It's the last Christmas with Barack still here.
However, Come Back Barack went viral on YouTube and won an Emmy for Outstanding Music and Lyrics.
Come on, man, we out in the rain. Don't leave us here alone.
It's definitely too cold to be rained on.
I mean, I know you're busy with that library and everything.
Number 11, Boomers Got The Vax.
Baby boomers, greatest generation. Got all the money, now we got the vaccination. Crashed the economy 3 whole times, but when it comes to the vax, we the first in line.
This satirical 90s hip-hop style music video takes aim at the boomer generation, who were at the head of the queue to receive COVID-19 vaccinations.
Money stacks, hands, tax, arm, vax, no mask. Biggest generation, ain't no stopping me, never gonna die, drain your social security.
The song mocks how many of the same people who downplayed the severity of the virus ended up being the first to get immunized.
Boomers got the vax. No rumors, just facts, yeah. Give it up if you're 70 plus. Everyone else getting jealous of us.
It also underlines the other advantages that boomers have enjoyed over the decades. Each moment of this sketch is pure genius, and everyone's performance is sensational.
Ow! COVID can't touch me now. Low mask and the sore nose poking out. When it's time to pay, I whip the coupons out. Even though I got the stimmy in the bank account.
We guess there may be some begrudging millennials in SNL's writer's room. Well, it gave us this sketch, which is comedy gold. Number 10, Do It on My Twin Bed. Until this number, it was the guys who dominated the musical digital short sketches. However, after this unforgettable music video, all that changed. Giving us some real Pussycat Doll vibes, this sketch addresses the awkwardness of getting it on at your parents' house over the holidays. There is a lot to enjoy about this Emmy-nominated sketch, from its catchy tune, hilarious and somewhat relatable lyrics, and, for some at least, Jimmy's rap.
Girl, you know I love you, but let's be clear, I'm having lots of trouble getting horny here. I wanna get down and do my thing, but your childhood bed has antique springs.
However, the throwback photos of the cast are an absolute highlight. This is one of our favorite holiday-themed musical sketches, and we can't wait until next Christmas to watch it again. Number 9, Something Claus. If you ever thought that Santa was a little judgmental, Something Claus has you covered.
Everybody's been naughty, everybody's got flaws. If you've been crossed off Santa's list, here comes Something Claus.
Played by SNL treasure Kenan Thompson, this former North Pole employee hands out envelopes of cash to those who've made Santa's naughty list.
But you know what I say? Everybody's getting something. Everybody's getting something.
Just don't ask him where he got the money. The concept is hilarious, and we couldn't imagine a better actor to pull it off either. We love Cecily Strong and Sashir Zamata giving it their all as his backing singers as well.
He sees you when you're sleeping. That's weird. I'm gonna tell you the secret about it. He hit somebody with that slate. Don't like to talk about it.
Something Claus is such a brilliantly bizarre sketch. And like many fans of the show, we would love to revisit this character again. Number 8, Lunch Lady Land.
Just know everything's doing fine down here in Lunch Lady Land.
Adam Sandler made his musical mark on the show through recurring characters like Opera Man and the super popular Hanukkah song.
Put on your yarmulke, here comes Hanukkah. So much Hanukkah to celebrate Hanukkah.
However, one of his most absurd and hysterical musical moments is this ode to the lunch lady. Singing from the lunch lady's perspective, he recounts the tale of the food uprising and how Sloppy Joe, played by Kevin Nealon, saved the day.
But then my friend Sloppy Joe came and joined my side. He said if it wasn't for the lunch lady, the kids wouldn't eat you. You should be shaking her hand and saying, pleased to meet you.
Even Sandler struggles not to laugh at Chris Farley's overly enthusiastic performance as the titular lunch lady. It's such a bizarre concept that we just have to wonder what was going on in the writer's room when they came up with this idea.
Sloppy Joe, Sloppy Joe, yeah. Sloppy Joe, Sloppy Joe.
Number 7, Blues Brothers, Soulman. The Blues Brothers started as a musical act on SNL, but quickly turned into something way bigger.
Coming to you on a dusty road. Good loving, I got a truckload.
Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi first showed up as Jake and Elwood Blues in 1978, rocking those classic black suits, fedoras, and sunglasses. What started as an amusing sketch ended up being a real blues band, which led to a hit album and even a couple of movies.
Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody to love.
As the story goes, Aykroyd got Belushi into the blues at his Holland Tunnel Blues Bar, where their late-night jam sessions turned into something special. With inspiration from some classic jazz legends, the Blues Brothers were born, and the rest, as they say, is history. Number 6, Diner Lobster. The premise of this sketch starts off simple enough.
But the lobster, you're sure that you want the lobster?
I don't see what the big deal is. It's on the menu. Like, I'll have the damn lobster.
A guy unexpectedly orders lobster in a diner. So we hardly expected the full-on elaborate Les Miserables-inspired performance that followed.
Who am I? And why am I condemned to boil alive? When all that I have done is live my life.
We see Keenan as Jean Valjean, Kate as Clausette, and the waitstaff soon form the barricades.
Do you hear the monster scream? Screaming the scream of crawling flames. It is the screaming of a monster, and it's one who's here to end.
John Mulaney actually wrote this sketch with Colin Jost while he was still a writer on the show, but it never made it to air until much later. Fun fact, it even won an award from PETA. Mulaney has a unique way of taking a simple idea and escalating it drastically. And this sketch in particular is absolute perfection. Number 5, a song from SNL, I Wish It Was Christmas Today.
I don't care what your mama says, Christmas time is near.
While every decade has its definitive Christmas hit, for many SNL fans, this was it for the early 2000s. Horatio Sands and Jimmy Fallon sing and play the instruments, while Chris Kattan and Tracy Morgan complete the performance with some excellent dance moves.
All I know is the Santa sleigh is making its way to the USA.
We're not sure that the guys even realized just how huge the song would end up being. What was meant to be a one-time performance soon became a recurring hit.
I don't care about anything except hearing them sleigh bells ring a ding ding. I wish it was Christmas today. I wish it was Christmas today.
It even started popping up during other holiday seasons, just so they could remind us of their love of Christmas.
I don't care that tomorrow is Easter. Christmas is number one.
Heck, even the lead singer of The Strokes, Julian Casablancas, covered it.
I wish it was Christmas today. I wish it was Christmas today.
Number 4, Lazy Sunday.
Lazy Sunday, wake up in the late afternoon. Call Parnell just to see how he's doing. Hello, what up, Parn? Yo, Samberg, what's cracking? You thinking what I'm thinking? Party up, man, it's happening.
Writers Akiva Schaffer and Jorma Taccone were struggling to get their sketches to air. However, after Lazy Sunday, everything changed.
Hit up Magnolia and Mac on some cupcakes. That bakery's got all that bought frosting. I love those cupcakes like McAdams loves Gosling.
This hardcore rap, performed by Andy Samberg and Chris Parnell, chronicles some pretty mundane activities, like hitting up Magnolia Bakery and buying snacks to sneak into a matinee viewing of The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Not only did it put Lonely Island on the map, it also brought attention to a little-known site called YouTube, hitting 2 million views in just 1 week. It became one of the first viral videos on the platform.
Yo, stop at that deli, the theater's overpriced. You got that backpack, gonna pack it up nice. Don't want security to get suspicious. Mr. Pippin Red Vines equals crazy delicious.
Who knew that a song about a lazy Sunday would be totally groundbreaking? Number 3, more Cowbell. In this spoof of VH1's documentary series Behind the Music, we go behind the scenes of Blue Oyster Cult recording Don't Fear the Reaper. Christopher Walken plays the band's producer, who insists that the track needs, you guessed it, more cowbell.
I'll be honest, fellas, it was sounding great, but I could have used a little more cowbell.
What made this sketch so legendary was Will Ferrell's overzealous performance and his tight-fitting t-shirt that only seemed to get shorter by the second. It was so hilariously ridiculous that it didn't take long until the entire cast started to break.
Don't blow this for us, Gene! Quit being so selfish, Gene!
According to Will Ferrell on an episode of The Tonight Show, fans to this day refer to more cowbell around Christopher Walken.
I say hello to him backstage, and he's like, you know, you've ruined my life.
You know a sketch has done exceptionally well when it spurs a catchphrase so iconic it still haunts the actor.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
Number 2, Dick in a Box. Arguably, this seductive 90s R&B style holiday tune is the most famous and successful SNL musical digital short.
Oh, you know it's Christmas, and and my heart is open wide. Gonna give you something so you know what's on my mind.
Justin Timberlake and Andy Samberg sing about their wildly inappropriate Christmas gifts to their girlfriends.
A gift real special, so take off the towel.
Take a look inside. Is my in a box?
Although it initially aired uncensored, it was later replaced with a censored version that was bleeped over 16 times. By 2011, they completed the trilogy with follow-up songs Mother Lover and Three-Way The Golden Rule.
Now hold up, player, what you diggity doing here?
I should diggity ask you the same.
However, nothing has seen quite the same level of success as the original. Not only did it become a viral hit, it also won the Emmy for Outstanding Original Music and Lyrics.
One.
Cut a hole in a box. Put your junk in that box. Make her open the box. And that's the way you do it. It's my in a box.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Little Mermaid, the remake no one asked for, but everyone needed.
Hot and dangerous. If you're one of us, then roll with us. Cause we make the hipsters fall in love when we got our hot pants on and up. And yes, of course we does. We run in this town just like a club.
Kellyanne Conway, the name on everybody's lips is gonna be...
And when the world goes up in flames, at least for now they knew my name. Kellyanne.
Bunny Business. If you haven't seen this sketch, you must be hopping mad.
So many bunnies on the floor tonight, hopping and shaking their bunny hips to the sheer bunny and all of us. Oh.
Aladdin. We bet Jasmine wishes she'd stayed on the ground now.
A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say.
No! What just happened?
Cobras and Panthers. There's no battle quite like a dance battle.
When we strike, we're gonna hit 'em at night. And when the cobras are done, there won't be a one left standing. So look out, Panthers, 'cause we're the cobras.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, I'm on a Boat featuring T-Pain.
I'm on a boat, I'm on a boat. Everybody look at me, 'cause I'm sailing on a boat.
In a parody of cliches often seen in rap videos, Samberg, Akiva Schaffer, and T-Pain aggressively rap about being on a boat. Samberg won the boat trip for 3 in a cereal box, sadly leaving the Lonely Island's Jorma Taccone out of the fun.
I got my swim trunks and my flippin' floppies. I'm flipping burgers, you at Kinko straight flipping cabbage.
On the boat, however, we enjoy tropes like lavish luxury, constant drinking, and excessive use of expletives. It's no wonder T-Pain was so confused by the premise when he was first approached.
Hey, ma, if you can see me now, arms spread wide on the starboard bow. Gonna fly this boat to the moon somehow. Like Kevin Garnett, anything is possible.
Still, the video peaked at number 1 on the US iTunes chart, was nominated for a Grammy, and also went platinum.
I'm on a boat, everybody look at me, 'cause I'm sailing on a boat. I'm on a boat, I'm on a boat. Take a good hard look at the boat.
In February 2009, it was even the number 1 video on YouTube. What's your favorite SNL musical sketch? Let us know in the comments.
What's up? I say what's up? Somebody tell me what is up with that?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.